It is 10 o'clock. I'm going to call this Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023 Board of Equalization meeting to order. The notice was properly posted and roll call. Mr. Brett Town.
Present.
I'm Miss Eleanor Thompson.
Present.
And I'm Patrick Crawley. We've got a full board. All right, the first item is discussion, possible action regarding approval of the minutes of April 12th, 14th, 17th, and 18th of 2023.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of those minutes.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, the next item is Ms. Byers has the rest of the agenda here. So the first one up is BOE number 59. It is the property at 1808 Ann Arbor Avenue, North Ann Arbor. And let's see, the assessor has assessed this property at $161,000. The taxpayer is asking $143,500. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, tell us what you want us to know about this property.
So we are receiving rent of $13.95 on this property. The square footage is 1240. When I pulled the subdivision sales, the most recent in 2022 were commercial, and same in 2021. This house is in a weird spot because it is surrounded by commercial properties. It's interesting though, because when I was looking at the county's comparable sales, you do have to go at least like half a mile down the road, which then you're entering different neighborhoods. And when you cross over Northeast 16th Street, I just feel like it's not as comparable as the neighborhood it is in. But that's pretty much my only argument, is that one, the subdivision sales on county were all commercial, but then their comparables are in different neighborhoods.
Okay. All right, that's all you want to do right now? Okay, we'll hear from the assessor.
Okay. 1808 North Ann Arbor Avenue is off of Northwest 16th and Ann Arbor. In 2022's value was $143,500. And as Ms. Byers stated, she is surrounded by commercial properties, so we did have to kind of expand the search a little bit to find comparables. There is actually a neighborhood adjustment on these. So there was actually two different sets of comps that were sent out. One that had the neighborhood adjustments and one that was without the neighborhood adjustments. Both of them supported the value. If you look at the one that has the neighborhood adjustment, and the neighborhood adjustment's the one, if you're looking at the left column, it says NBHD. That's a neighborhood adjustment there. And we make those adjustments to get to the value. Both comps do support the value. If you take the neighborhood adjustment out, it did support a higher one. But even with the adjustment there, it does support the current value that we have them at.
Is Ann Arbor between Meridian and Portland?
MacArthur.
Oh, I'm too far west. I'm too far east.
Meridian.
Here's Meridian right here, and here's
Right in there somewhere, it used to be a restaurant.
So it's right in the middle.
Yeah.
MacArthur's over there on the.
Okay, is this a residential area that people start turning the houses into commercial stuff? Why is it so close to commercial
I'm
stuff?
honestly not quite sure. It's in a weird spot. So I think ours was always a residential property.
Right.
So, like right around it, there's like a little apartments. It's just like in a weird pocket, and it's just apartments around it. Like one of the ones that I pulled on the subdivision sales was 4701 Northwest 16th Street, and it just looks like either apartments or a little motel. It's hard to kind of see in this picture, but it's like a 2-story.
It's a cute little one.
hold on one time. Right here.
So what is what is that big area, that big building that's, yeah, right there?
Let me-
School.
Is that a school? Yeah.
Yep, that's a school.
And then just to the south of this on 50th or 39th is that complex of Putnam City Schools. That's
Oh.
Hilldale.
Yep, Hilldale.
That's because there's a light at Ann Arbor when you come down 39th Expressway. So I was trying to figure out what it was. Do you have a median?
Yeah, I did.
Here's your,
Oh yeah, here it is. So the median, if you take out the neighborhood adjustment,
Yes.
was 174. With the neighborhood adjustment, if you'll go down, was 164. So that'd be 164,800.
So but you're below either one of them.
Yep. And that's why we provided both, just so both sets of comps could be provided. And that's all I have. Oh, actually, take that back. Price per square foot is $129.83. And now that's all I have.
The price with the taxpayers' value is $115.32.
What?
Yeah, per square foot.
Per square
yes,
foot.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
With what the taxpayers asking for.
Yes, yes, yes.
Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're here for taxpayers.
That's all for
response?
me.
Okay. All right, well then I'll close BOE number 59 and open up a hearing on BOE 60. That's the property at 5703 Waller Avenue in Bethany. Looks like the assessor has that valued at $99,500. Taxpayers asking $86,000 even. Is that correct?
This is one of the ones that I would.
Yes, yeah, this was indicated to us by Ms. Byers yesterday.
Right.
I received an email. She would like to withdraw 60 and 61. So you can set those, but they're also withdrawn, so we don't have to set those if you accept the withdrawal.
Yeah, well, I think taxpayer has a right to withdraw it at any point. You're withdrawing 61 too?
Is that 8533 North Lindsay?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, that'll take us to BOE 62, which is 8807 Northeast 12th Street in Midwest City. Looks like the assessor has it at 86,000 even, and taxpayers asking for 75,000 even. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. And what was last year's value?
75.
Okay, so you're really wanting to stay the same as last year? Okay, when did you buy this property?
We bought this
21.
March 18th of 2021.
2021.
For 72,000?
Correct.
Okay, 72,000 in March of 2021.
Correct.
Okay, all right, tell us what you want us to know about this property.
So we are receiving rent of $1,200 on this. Square footage is 1,064. I pulled two comps right in the street over. 1117 Beach Avenue at 70,000 and 1201 Lauren Lane at 70,000. Beach Avenue square footage was 1151, and then Lauren Lane square footage was 1094.
Both bigger.
Yeah, by 30 square feet. So price per square foot for Beach Avenue was $60.81, and then price per square foot on Lauren Lane was $63.99. All of the county's comps are from 2021. I just saw that was interesting, and like the data was kind of inconsistent in the last couple of years because 2020 they had it at 71,500. 2021 they pushed it up to 81,500, and then 2022 they pushed it back down to 75,000. And then now they're trying to push it back up to 86,000 with no new comps, all in 2021. So I don't really understand that there. I guess that's my main argument, but I did pull 2 at 70,000. So that's why I'm at 75,000 for this year.
Okay. Anything else? All right, we'll hear from the assessor.
Okay. It was a valid sale. I was looking at the wrong sheet. It was a valid sale in 2021 for $72,000. 8807 Northeast 12th. It's off of Northeast 10th and Douglas are the major streets there. So the comps that were provided, one was an invalid sale. It was a distress sale. One was in 2023. Unfortunately, I can't use that until we set the value for next year. And then in the highlighted part, if you go back to the doc links for me, please. So the second one in this list that is circled, or sorry, not the second one. There is one comp in there that we did use, and it's comp 2. And I actually do think it's the second one, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, one of the comps that was in that list we did use. We did have to use all 2021 sales. There wasn't anything current in 22 that was comparable to this home. So we did have to go back to 21, and we make adjustments for that. And that's why we're at the 86,000, and that's just what the comp supported. Because the comps actually supported a lot higher value of 101,000.
Did you protest this last year?
I did not protest it last
Can
year.
you tell us why it dropped from 81.5 to 75 from 21 to 22? Do you know?
Go to 22. And 21. Well, I'm so just based off of this. I mean, without doing much research, since that sale was valid, then they went off of that purchase of the 72,000. Since there wasn't a distress, there was nothing actually wrong. That's why the value dropped from 81.5 to 75.
It appeared to be
It was an arm's length, it was an arm's length transaction, so they set the value lower to what was paid at that time.
Where is Kathy Lane from our property there, or the one we're looking at?
Here's Kathy Lane right here,
Okay,
and here's your subject property.
1225. Kathy Lane, one of your comps?
Yep.
It's just right there in the middle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Any other questions from the board? For the assessor? Okay. Assessor done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll hear response from the taxpayer.
Yeah, I mean, I still think we should be at 75,000 due to there was no new sales in 2022. So that's all for me.
Okay. All right. Let's see. That brings us to, I'm going to close the hearing on BOE 62 and open hearing on BOE 63, which is 7624 East Gate Drive in Oklahoma City. The assessor has assessed this property at $202,500, and it appears the taxpayer is asking for $187,000 even.
I'll amend that to 191,565.
just a little closer. All right, tell us what you want to know about this property.
We are receiving rent of $1,500 for this property. Square footage is 1,715. I pulled I pulled 7 comps in the neighborhood, ranging from 138,000 to 205,000. My average price per square foot on all of those comps was $111.70, which was bringing me to my $191,565.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. We'll hear from the taxpayer.
That
Wait a minute.
111 got you to 191 or 187?
191.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Sure, you do.
Should ask. Any other questions from the board?
No.
For the taxpayer? Okay, we'll hear from the assessor.
Okay. 7624 Eastgate Drive. The major streets are Britain and Council. Out of the comps that were provided, we were only able to use 2 of those comps, and they are comps 5 and 6 in the packet. The reason why is because the other sales were either distress sales, multiple property purchases, or they were in 2023. So unfortunately, we weren't able to use some of those for those reasons. So we used a 6 comp report. Like I said, the 2 comps that we did use that were valid are 5 and 6, and that is why we stayed where we were at, because those comps supported that value of $202,500. The price per square foot would end up being $118.07.
Is this, I can get to Rockwell and go west on Britain Road, and that's St. Anne's, the cemetery, all the Catholic churches. And then this funny intersection.
Here's your map right here.
Is it south of Northwest Highway? Or
Yeah, here's Expressway, Britain, and then you have to go north.
Yeah, you gotta go around
Yeah.
and get out to.
And obviously Britain continues on the other side over here, which is irrelevant, but Britain will stop before Expressway and then
Yeah.
go north on Westgate and then over here. And here's your subject property.
But now, is it north or south of Northwest Highway?
North. Because here's your Catholic
Oh,
cemetery
north. So it's
and
west of Council.
east of Council.
East of Council.
East of council. Yeah.
East of Council and north of the expressway.
Yep.
You know, the Baptist retirement is right there on the south, on Britain, and then you get to this point where you gotta start going funny, you gotta
I
kind
know.
of turn to get out, and there's a neighborhood right there? Okay. Okay. 118 square foot versus 111. Okay. You had 22 sales?
Yes, I'll double check that. Yes, all
Yes.
6 were 2022.
Okay.
Did you say you could only use 2 of them though?
Yeah, the 2 out of the comps that were provided,
Okay.
we were only able
Okay.
to use 2 of her comps.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, and that's comp 5 and 6.
Anything else from the assessor?
Not unless you guys have other
Any
questions.
questions from the board? For the assessor? All right, we'll hear from the taxpayer.
Just looking at their comps as well, though, 4 out of 6 of their comps are below the 111, what I'm asking for. They had 1 at 141 and 1 at 117, so that's obviously what's driving it up. But the other 4 were at 109, 91, 108, and 105. That's all for me.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions from the board? For the taxpayer? Okay. I'm gonna close the hearing on BOE 63. Open up the hearing on nothing. We're we're done.
Gonna say,
Alright, I think that's the only thing we got, the last thing we got on the docket. Thank you, Ms. Byers.
Thank
You're
you.
well
Do you have any
prepared.
more?
No,
No.
that was all from
That was
me.
nice to see you.
See you next year, I guess.
Okay, alright, any questions from the board?
Just that for next week, are we still free for Tuesday?
As of now, yes.
Yes.
There's one individual I'm waiting on who still has given Tuesday as an option, but I mean, he's coming up so close that I'll probably email him today and say, hey, it's now, or we gotta push you back, because we gotta get those agendas out, and so.
Yeah.
Yes, Tuesday as of now is open. Tomorrow we will have Grant Beatles back, so I believe yesterday I emailed that DA opinion to y'all.
Thursday?
Oh,
We're off
Beatles.
tomorrow.
you're right,
Yeah.
jumping the gun. Yeah, nothing tomorrow. So Thursday,
Two on
Grant
Thursday.
Beatles, yeah, and then there should be one other on Thursday.
The one, is this the ag?
Yep.
Yes.
This is
yeah,
the classification.
Okay.
Oh, that's Beatles?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Alright.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
I hope we see you next year.
Yeah.
Thank you, good job.
I'm sure I'll be back. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Byers.